Hi friends, Evolving guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So today we are going to be opening two, as you can see, one is hiding behind here. We have two of these Infernape V boxes. Now these boxes, it's kind of random. I found these at Barnes & Noble just within the last few weeks. These are from 2022 and they contain all Sword and Shield era packs. So I don't do as much card hustling as I used to, I feel like it's not worth the time right now because it's just so rare to find things. And so it is a nice surprise. I just happened to be at Barnes & Noble recently. And yeah, I always, if I am in the vicinity of a card store or a place that sells cards, then I will check. But again, I haven't been going out of my way just to hustle for cards. But anyway, it's kind of funny. So these Infernape V boxes, they had these in stock. Again, these are several years old and they are Sword and Shield era boxes. So I'm going to open both of these and they are cool boxes. I'm starting to forget sometimes, like you see the art on here and it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe you can see there's actually some like relief to the box. You can see there's actually some texturing here, which is very cool. Like it used to be, I think the boxes, I don't know, they seemed a little cooler, the box itself. Now, of course, like, I don't know, you find a 2022 era box on the shelf. I mean, there is maybe a temptation to keep it sealed, and I'm not immune to that temptation, but let's get it out of here. But when I first started collecting Pokemon a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was much more likely to maybe grab sealed stuff and hold on to it, like boxes like this. But they just take up a lot of space. And actually, the long-term prospects of these, it doesn't go up quite as much as you think it does. And, it's a long time to hold something that takes up a lot of space. I think there are maybe some exceptions, but I generally just don't like buy and hold boxes like this anymore. And so I figure, I could hold on to this, but for what reason? I mean, I think I'm just going to open it. And so you do get this promo card. It's Sword and Shield promo 252. Again, I haven't checked the price. I'm sure it's probably a bulk pricing of that promo. And then you also get this Cosmos holofoil variant of this Empoleon from Brilliant Stars. So it's not technically a Black Star promo. It is a variant. And then you get the jumbo card. Sleeve no card behind, which is a great Pokemon channel that does like some informational and historical videos. He just did one on jumbo cards, so I'd say check that out. And then we'll see what packs we have. Again, we've got 2 Lost Origin, which is super solid. Fusion Strike, again, a super solid pack with some great alt arts inside. And then Astral Radiance, which again, it has the Machamp, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think there's some really good packs here. So yeah, we're going to open these packs and just see if we have any luck. We are still chasing. Now, Astral, we do have a full set. We have a master set of Astral, so we don't need to chase anything there. Fusion, we're still chasing the last 2 most expensive alt arts. And then the Lost Origin, just a Giratina. So we are after that. If you hear there's like some noise, there's some kids playing outside. So someone is maybe blowing a whistle. So I don't know. Anyway, so let's put these in maybe that order. And yeah, I mean, at this point, like getting some Sword and Shield is kind of just bonus. Like I have some sealed Sword and Shield. I have some loose Sword and Shield packs that I try to keep on hand for my, oh yeah, I forget where, oh yeah, okay. So that's a good code. I'm just suddenly like, oh yeah, I need to do the pack trick. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and then 2, kind of sticking together a little bit. Yeah, and we'll just see if we hit anything. Again, we are chasing some cards in, well, not Astral, but these other ones. Anyway, it's just kind of fun. You see these yellow borders. I heard Real Breaking Nate the other day say he's suddenly realizing, switch card, that's a decent, except, we're switching we've rotated out of, all of the Sword and Shield cards are now out of rotation, so there's not really any. We got the Ralts, and then, hey, we got Origin Form Diagonal V-Star. At least we got a hit. I don't think there has a ton of value. I mean, if something has a little bit of value, then at least I could kind of resell it or repackage it. But anyway, that's cool. We got a hit. Again, it feels weird to open. I mean, I've opened so much Sword and Shield in my life, but just, it doesn't, it's been a while since I've opened any, I think. Maybe a little bit on the dailies that we do. We do the daily shorts. So yeah, now that I'm reminded, we'll take the code card out that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and then 2, And then we'll see. So yeah, Fusion Strike, largest set ever by cards. I think that's still true even after the Sword and or Scarlet and Violet block. I think Destined Rivals is going to be pretty large, but all right, quick ball. And just to start me, I mean, it is a hit, I guess, technically, because it's that hollow, but nothing super exciting. All right, now the 2 Lost Origin, we're chasing that Giratina. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's got to exist out there somewhere. That's the one card. It's really gone up like crazy. I feel like it's over $700 now, so it's just like so unattainable to purchase. I mean, it just seems like someone on the channel, thank you for the suggestion, said, you know, what about like buying a Lost Origin does have the trainer gallery, keep in mind, but what about buying like a, you know, a PSA 9? It might actually be going then cheaper than a raw card, or even maybe a PSA 8. I mean, I don't necessarily need it to be like a 10. I mean, I'd like it to be near mint, but you know, we know that near mint doesn't necessarily guarantee a high grade. So I don't know, maybe even a PSA 8. All right, there's Clefairy, and we did get a hit, just an Enamorous V though, a bulk V, so not so exciting. Just remember those days of like V cards. We are, yeah, rotated. These are out now in the TCG, so let's pull that. All right, one more Lost Origin. We'll see if we have any luck. We've had, actually, if I guess I think about it, all 3 packs have had hits technically, but nothing like super exciting, because the holo rares count as a hit. That's a fun card. Minion. Oh, I do see a trainer gallery. Chandelure. I think that's kind of bulk trainer gallery territory. Although the trainer gallery and Cramorant, the trainer galleries have been, some of them have been going up. So wait, I guess I buried the, where's the Dialga? There it is, I think, in there. Okay, so that was we got 3 hits, but nothing like to write home about. All right, we have a second box, and again, I'm just going to go for it. These boxes were on just like regular, I don't know, they were even, you know, around $40 total, which is, again, pretty crazy. Nice to find something that's just like MSRP, and even getting a chance to kind of go back in time and open some old. We'll take the promos out. We've already looked at those, so same promos, same jumbo card, and put that off to the side. We've got the 2 Lost Origin. We have the Astral and the Fusion. So we'll see if we have any luck. Yeah, I mean, alt arts, I mean, SARs are really fun to pull in Scarlet and Violet, and we know that, you know, once about every 2 booster boxes, but yeah, alt arts are just like so much harder to pull, and especially the good ones. It does make me appreciate just how hard they are to, yeah, these cards just feel like, it feels like they're kind of sticking together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, I feel like those 2 are sticking also. There, yeah. Huh. So Astral, again, we have a master set of Astral, but I would not complain about pulling something good. We ended up buying them a Champ alt art. Yeah, these are kind of Roxanne, Corellia, Grant. Oh, it's a Radiant Greninja. I mean, that's very playable. Registeals are rare. Okay, well, we got, I'd consider that a hit. Very playable in its day, so that's not bad. I'd forgotten that Radiant Greninja came out of Astral Radiance. Here's some dogs in the background. Ugh. All right. It is a beautiful day where I am. Kind of one of those spring days that's just like you want to be outside, but gotta get the videos. All right, so Fusion, Mandibuzz, Ninetales, Carvana, and we did get a Pikachu, but nothing so exciting. I mean, again, we're getting hits, so I shouldn't complain, but love to pull something a little crazier. We have never, I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily think about luck. I mean, there probably are some people, just the probability would say there's some people who have pulled maybe more than their fair share of good cards. And if you want to call that luck or just, you know, probability, is more probably accurate. But we just were opening some Scarlet and Violet Journey together, and you know, we did pull the most valuable card in our first few packs, so I guess I shouldn't say that I'm unlucky, but it does feel like I've opened a lot of Sword and Shield. And again, the chances of pulling any of these alt arts are really remote, so we got to keep that in mind. And just nothing there. But yeah, I feel like it would be nice to just grab one of those top cards. You know, I feel like in most of the sets in Sword and Shield, that cards, if I am missing any cards, it's just those heavy hitters, and those are just so hard to pull, and now they're just so expensive to buy. And I mean, they were expensive before, but you just always have limited resources. And thinking about, you know, in some ways, like the Giratina, you know, if you had purchased it at $300 or $400, you'd feel like pretty good right now when it's $700, but it's still like you just can't just be running around every month buying $300 and $400 cards. So maybe trading, that's kind of my gambit now. Nothing there. All right. Well, those are our two Infernape V boxes. Maybe you got lucky and saw those. If they were at my Barnes & Noble, they probably were at yours too. I've seen a few other products out there. I'm going to do a separate video on some more recent, some newer Scarlet and Violet products that I've seen on store shelves. But again, I have not seen Journey Together or Prismatic in the wild. So occasionally these older things will pop up. You get lucky. But yeah, right now it's still, where I am, it's still somewhat difficult to find cards. So good luck out there. Hope you're having fun. Maybe you'll be lucky and find one of these Infernape V boxes, and maybe you'll have a little better luck than we did. But anyway, thanks for watching. Keep enjoying the hobby, and we'll catch you soon.